So in today's video, we're going to be covering the Numero FUT team. We're going to be getting this Friday along with the SBCs, along with the Evos, all the content and where there might be some investments. But before we do go and start the video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide over on Twitch / on the Discord. All you got to do to be able to get that is subscribe over on Twitch. You can do that for free of Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5. Or again, free with Prime. All you got to do is click on the top link in the description and subscribe over on Twitch. On there, you get yourself daily updated investments. You get yourself a one-on-one, or I say one-on-one, but a chat where you can go and ask me any questions. But some investments that I've done very, very well recently were some Evo investments. For example, we have Hamtic, who we recommended at 81k, who went up to 160k. We've got the likes of Marquisio, who we recommended at 36k, who went extinct at 65k. We then had the likes of Yaya Toure, who we recommended at 310, which would have been easily buyable because it would have been inflated, and he's up to 350k. And finally, we had Frankie de Jong, a nice low-budget method player who we recommended at 7.3, who got up to 8.5. So loads and loads of really nice investments working there for the likes of the Evos. So there's the Evos that are leaked, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in today's video. But what we're going to start off by talking about is the team that is leaked. This is the basically the Numero FUT team that we are going to be getting today. It's got a few interesting things, got a few position changes in there, but again, it's more of the same of what we got last week. So if you guys don't know how this kind of works, it basically focuses on players' shirt number, but to put it more put it more straight, it's basically just certain positions. So what we can see is on the Friday, we're going to go and get ourselves the team with right mids in, left backs in, goalkeepers in, and I think that is it. That's what they're kicking off with. Last week we got cam, centre backs and strikers in the Friday team. This time we got ourselves right mids, left backs and goalkeepers. So we should be seeing ourselves getting ourselves another mini release on right backs as well, if I'm not wrong. I'll show you a few of them in a sec. But first off, what I want to go and show you is what are the trends with EA doing promos like this? Because of course, normally in promos, there's goalkeepers, centre backs, left backs. There's one or two of every player. But what is the reaction of the market when they go and drop 4 to 5 players in each position? Well, last week, obviously, they dropped centre backs. So let me go and show you how they reacted. So last week, obviously, we got Mappy Leone. We got Tar, who was very well demanded. We got Dunk, who was very well demanded. So let me go and show you how centre backs reacted. Now, do not get me wrong. Sort of promo cards normally drop on a Friday anyway, but I can just show you that they weren't very progressive. So last week, they were dropped on the 3rd, and you can see that they dropped day after day after day. They had a bit of a rough week. Now, since have they rebounded? They've rebounded a bit since, but again, they had a bit of a rough week, and that's the likes of how Romero reacted. What about the likes of how Bastone's Trailblazer card reacted? Well, again, they were dropped on the 3rd. We can see he was 80k, and then he went down there to 70k and hasn't had a great time rebounding since. We can see a little bit more of an expensive card. We can look at the likes of Hero Lucio. Before they came out, we can see that he was 402, and he dropped down there to 350 and still around at 360. We can look at the likes of a Reikio, and again we can go and find a Reikio here. This is where the promo came out. He dropped from 480, he got low down there to 430, since he hasn't really rebounded from 430. So what we can see is the vast majority of centre-backs dropped and didn't really recover because of all these new players. An interesting trend nonetheless though is Gahey. Gahey was 21k and actually rose all through the week despite there being lots of centre-back promo cards. In fact, despite there being a Lewis Dunk who directly replaced him. So seeing that some of the winter wild cards were a little bit of an exception to what happened with the rest of the market, that's due to them obviously being still recent cards and there's still a fair bit of demand around them. Well, we go back to this team right here and we will basically talk a little bit about, well, we saw centre-backs drop last week. What do we expect dropping this week? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily think every single position will, be dropped. For example, if we go and look at right mids, I'm not convinced that the right mids in this promo team are actually very good. These are officially league cards of official play styles. And the Griezmann, at least coming in as a right mid, I just don't think is very interesting. Likewise with Cuadrado, coming in as a right mid, he's got 5-star skills, but I just don't think he's a very interesting right mid. We then have Naz, and I don't think she's coming in as a great card. Likewise with Jamani, and likewise with Stefoza. So I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't worry too much about right mids. We then move on to the second position. We've got left back. We've got Eder Militao. Centre-back, yes. Left-back, not amazing. We got Balde. Balde, obviously subjective on how much he costs. Could definitely drop maybe left-backs over 200k. Maybe talking Theo Hernandez. Maybe talking some, I guess, maybe more promo heroes. Maybe like a promo Lazaro. Maybe dropping him. So I think left-backs, especially of the more top tier, can drop. Other left-backs, again, Anton. That's another centre-back being moved down to left-back, which I do find very weird. Yeah, again, Takura, I can't see doing much. And Van der Horn, I can't see doing much. So right mids, I don't think do anything. Left backs, I think can do stuff, especially on the more top tier. But I think the position that's going to be affected the most is goalkeepers. Because in promo teams, it is normally quite rare for us to go and get goalkeepers. So for example, let me go and show you Winter Wildcard. Winter Wildcard in the first team, if I'm not wrong, had no goalkeepers. Let me go and check Winter Wildcard's heroes and icons. Do we have any goalkeepers here? We had... No, if they release a goalkeeper, they decided to throw them outfield. So you can see nothing right there. What if I go to Winter Wildcard Heroes? Did we see any goalkeepers in Winter Wildcard Heroes? If I'm not wrong, no. So it's normally very rare for EA to drop us promo goalkeepers. So it's very much like a London bus. You know, you don't get anyone for a while and then 2 come at once. Or in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 come at once. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not that favourable on how goalkeepers are going to react this week, because goalkeepers normally do quite well out of packs, and they've done quite well in the last month because of the lack being in packs. So as a result, who can I see taking a bit of a hit? Well, I'll be honest with you, Courtois has already definitely taken a hit. He got that price range update, went up there to about 95. And then, of course, now 5 goalkeepers are coming, so he's gone down there to 80. I'll be honest with you, I think he might actually rebound after 6 PM due to him being down like 20k already. But yeah, not amazing there. We then got the likes of Howard. Howard again, you can see was progressive all through December because there were no goalkeepers. But now, especially as we're going to get Pickford and Alisson, 2 Prem goalkeepers, I can see him crashing. Another thing I'd say is it's very rare for promo goalkeepers to actually be expensive. I'm not expecting this Alisson anything more than maybe 100, 150k. So that's why we can expect to see the likes of... That's why we can expect to see the likes of Howard crashing. I mean, hero goalkeepers are, exceptionally way more harder to pack than promo goalkeepers, which is another reason why I think Howard, despite being 130, I don't think Alisson. I think Alisson could be way cheaper. We then move on to icon goalkeepers. Obviously, it's subjective on how good are these new goalkeepers, but we could see the likes of Van der Sar, Yashin, Schmeichel. We could see these goalkeepers go and drop with there being arguably better players out there for I think could be a lot cheaper. So I think the position that's going to take the biggest hit on here is goalkeepers. But this is the promo team dropping on the Friday. This is another promo team, I guess, that has been leaked. That's because there's still 2 positions to come. So these aren't well, not all of these are coming on the Friday, but some of these are going to be coming on the what are we going to look at? Probably look at the Sunday and maybe the Tuesday, or maybe they're going to come Saturday and Sunday, because these are expected to go out of packs on the Wednesday. And we'll make a video later down the line on are they good investments. But yeah, we expect to go and get ourselves 2 mini releases. And those mini releases are right backs. You can see there with Kyle Walker, Jan Quattro, Dumfries, and that's that. And there's also another mini release with left mids, and those left mids are going to be Martinelli, Galton, Fox, and Luca Bacchio. And maybe Wanderson. I can't remember which one of these was already released. So yeah, we've got 2 mini releases, one of right backs, one of left mids. So yeah, that should be pretty interesting down the line. We have recommended again some investments already. We've got the likes of Carl Walker already recommended, Eder Militao we've already recommended as investments. Problem is I think they're just too inflated to want to go and buy them as an investment right now. But yeah, I think Eder Militao's up 1.5 and Walker's up about a K since we recommended him, so not looking too bad. Other than the promo team, we do go and have ourselves an SBC. That SBC leak so far is John Stones. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't think the card they've thrown here is the leaked card, because, my god, is it abysmal. But yeah, apparently there's a this or that John Stones. So presumably he'll give you one that's maybe more of a fullback or a CDM. And the other one I'd presume would be more of a centre-back, maybe with high defensive stats. Well, as a result, what could this do to the market? Well, obviously John Stones has a very undesirable base card. He's not that desirable in CDM, he's not that desirable in right-back. I don't think he's had many popular Evos down the line. So it's all subjective on how good they buff him. If they don't buff him much, he won't be very demanded. If they buff him a lot, well, we could see maybe another Guendouzi, where Guendouzi was super well demanded because they buffed him and they made him cheap. So what could he go and do to the market? Well, I showed you last week centre-backs weren't amazing. It could be another ropey week for centre-backs, especially Prem centre-backs. So, the likes of Romero. Lewis Dunk had a bit of a mare yesterday because, we didn't get great trends or very consistent trends with what happened with the Numero card yesterday. And then a John Stones got leaked, so yeah, would not be a card I'd be wanting to hold. Might see a drop on Virgil van Dijk, probably your most mainstream Prem centre-back. Well, if Stone comes out being really good, we could go and see at least an initial drop on the likes of Van Dijk. Company could definitely go and take a hit as well. Gabriel, there's actually quite a lot of expensive centre-backs that could be in the realm of the John Stones ability and price-wise, and we could go and see them drop. Well, what about link investments? Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan of buying any link investments on a Friday, Saturday or Sunday. The reason for that is at least Friday evening onwards is when we see the market drop. And because Friday evening onwards is when we see the market drop, if we don't go and get Stones on the Friday and he comes out on the Saturday, the Sunday and the Monday, all those investment you make are just going to slowly drop up until Sunday. So I'll be honest with you, link investments I'm not a massive fan of buying until Sunday evening, because Sunday evening onwards we're on a progressive market, which means, hey, if he comes out and he's not demanded, those investments should go up anyway. But on the weekend, if you went and bought them now, and either we don't get John Stones or he's not demanded, there isn't really any sort of rebound on those investments until Sunday, in which they're probably down about 20-30% by then. So that's why we're not a massive fan of investing, going for link investments on him. Because apparently there is, might be I don't know, there are rumours about there potentially being a Rodman and a Martial SBC, but I'm not quite sure if those are too official. But there were rumours that have been going around. Regarding what do I think his best link investments would be, I think it'd be the right back McManaman card. As long as Walker isn't out, I think that McManaman could keep rising. But then moved on the likes of striker Haaland, probably not as demanded as McManaman, but another quite in well demand card that's had nice rises. Bernardo Silva, really well demanded as of recently. Problem for him, we'll be talking about a little bit in a second. Well, all those centre mids we were talking about earlier, well, they're for an Evo. So, yeah, not a massive fan of centre mids as a result of that. Doku isn't looking too risky, but the problem is a 360k player as a link investment is normally a little bit overkill. Savinho maybe being a bit more favourable. But the problem is Savinho can drop a weekend as we don't get Stones, so I'm not a massive fan of investing. Likewise, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's had great links, even though, yes, he isn't obviously the Man City links. We have seen him have some nice rises over the weekend, showing he's an in-demand player, which means if he can be used as a link investment, he should do great. So the next thing we're going to go and talk about is going to be a Evo that's been leaked. Now, we don't have much information on this Evo, other than it seems to fit really big players. Now, I presume it's going to be a Playstyle Plus sort of Evo, or a stat sort of Evo, because I couldn't really find him talking too much about it. Just it fits a lot of players, and if it fits a lot of players, normally it's quite underwhelming, or those of the higher caliber don't get that much of an upgrade. So the players that seem to fit, we've got this new centre mid striker Ronaldo, we've got the likes of Frankie de Jong fitting, we've got Marquinhos Hamsik fitting, we've got, this is a weird one, we've got left back Davies fitting, we've got centre back Bissek fitting, and we've got CDM / centre back Tuchemeni fitting. We've got Lampard and Renato Viega fitting. They kind of fit the thing pretty well. We've got cards like this who have insanely high stats fitting. In fact, he basically said yes to every card fitting. Matuidi's Evo already fitting, apart from this Lampard. So we kind of had a little look. Why is this Lampard the only card he said no to? And I presume it's because there's a maximum 87 or maximum 88 shooting. So that probably shows why a lot of defensive positions and a lot of different positions are fitting. Also, if we go back to the Ronaldo, what's Ronaldo shooting? But then Ronaldo's shooting is 88, so I'm not too sure actually why Ronaldo would fit, but Lampard wouldn't. But yeah, again, it's a bit of a weird one. It seems to be very vague. Fits a lot of big players, but I'm not convinced the upgrades are probably going to be too good if it goes and fits these sort of players. Other leaks we do have is Isaac's POTM. Yeah, don't really back the demand on this Isaac POTM. I mean, if we go and load up Isaac's previous cards, he's really not that much better than his in form. If we go and compare the cards, if Footbin wants to go and load up the cards, there we go. He's receiving himself a +1 pace, a +2 shooting, a +3 dribbling, which is nice. But the problem is the playstyle plus he's getting is Trivela. That's such an undesirable playstyle in compared to what they could have given him. So not convinced he's that good. He's definitely less desirable than this one that's got finesse shot despite receiving a nerf, or going to be receiving a nerf down the line. So yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to make it 100, 120, but I just don't think he'll be very well demanded unless he's coming in at like 50, 60k. So not too worried about that. Other stuff that is leaked, which we don't normally care about, but it's actually quite telling about the content we're going to get down the line, is the pack code. So the pack code was updated, and we don't really care. You know, it's promo packs. But normally this time of the week is when they add the packs in the pack code for the Icon SBC we're going to get down the line, the Upgrade SBCs we're going to get down the line. And what I'd say is none of these packs right here look anything more than promo packs. So because they don't look anything more than promo packs, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any new iterations of upgrade packs over next week. It doesn't look like we're going to get a new hero pack, so we're either going to get a repeat like we saw last time, or it's going to be a player pick, which again they don't have to add to the pack. So yeah, not great for upgrade packs next week with there not being any added to the code, which is again normally the time of the week when we do go and get new stuff. Now, because we're not going to be getting new stuff, but what we might go and get next Friday is exchanges. This time next Friday, equivalent last year, we went and got exchanges. Because we're not going to see probably a massive SBC on the Sunday, I think there's a really good investment to go and buy fodder for exchanges on the Sunday evening. Now, there is argument that you could go and wait till a Thursday Div Rival Awards. The problem I have with waiting until Thursday Div Rival Awards, I'd kind of be quite surprised if it's not leaked by then. So I think Sunday evening, when super high rated fodder isn't needed for the hero SBC, I'd go and buy your 87s, your 88s and your 89s, because they're in the pack code, the exchanges. They're in the pack code since Black Friday, but they obviously haven't released them, but they did go and release them the equivalent of this Friday. So I think 87s, 8s and 9s, you can go higher rated than that, but I'd be quite surprised if actually the lower rated stuff isn't needed for the hero pack, which is why the low rated stuff shouldn't go up on the Sunday. The low rated stuff should go up on the Sunday, but the high rated should come down, making that high rated an investment. Again, I can't show you this week because obviously we had icon packs this week, but they alternate between icons and heroes, which is why high rated should go down this Sunday, and I'd say actually buy time on your fodder. And I think that is going to go wrap it up. The low rated stuff, again, you could go and buy Friday evening. It depends, because we might go and get an upgrade SBC today. We had upgrade SBCs last weekend, so we're not too sure what to expect this weekend, so it makes buy times a little bit awkward. But, we'll keep you updated, I guess, in tomorrow's video, or feel free to go and join the stream. But that is going to go and wrap that up. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.